me yari shiaye. Yes, me dina kojini ni munina ye kaye. E kayen jimi sumpo ye te se me chiaye. Nsohwe pi bai sunya minti en suanche. Kacha tafu so sikwa na fofro ni nyame bechre. Yeni bate se me die na ni eni mane se mesre. Makasilo ye free mabusu yem sorry fofro muntre. Emira no na nema ye na ye sheme nkomache. 7 years na me mame prayer sa onyame. 7 years pepe na kokwa start rap. 17 years na mateme ho trap. 27 kobisa e dani kasi apahe. Sweet from the crowd with Jesus. Came to set the street is a funny what your speakers go feet. Fast some the matty journey in the ya for servitors. I might be with me, especially I want to tell I must say. May I so my may I tell you nothing but the truth. And Jessica won't go deep church, then why you be a fool. Trash no soul to mine, winning damage. Snitches magic, Papa near with you, my young quartet. Even though I walk through the valley of Nimani Mamobi, near my cafe, I hope to actually Mohammed. Arabi Jamal on my baby today, can you bet you? Oh, yeah, my rubber movie now we need that in the now it's white bench, who net to half court. With the heads rainy, I can't for say I'm talk. Kaya say accident, who say come mount for. Been through pains, but could not let mommy down so. Go as planet, Chimio. Sabrabu Yimi di last cramage menu. Kwakuni many blue big dollar. Semina one million two many Sunday they shall make corner. Say I'm go as planet, Chimio. Sabrabu Yimi di last cramage menu. Kwakuni many blue big dollar. Semina 1 million two many Sunday they shall make corner. Yeah. Baba Mabuana. Jesus, I knew you can't want tears here in the battle. I will have one now for what you try. I would be different. You do see my way to be more. No, but any activity in a 2 year down the call. I can't afford the number of work a baby boy. Who do near my yako? When the going get tough, I have to drag out the saw. We come in here and show Kwame. Go baby, be a bit of the we are come go. Mamma can't want that say, no, mamma, yes, I will go. If you make give you up, Lucy, I have a bone when it does once I am knuckle. Young boy, don't you give up so soon. Young boy, can't say Lucy, what you. Young boy, and shiny but true. Young boy, just said they you too. Young boy, I'm going to complete. Young boy,
what's your still G? Young boy, what's your still G? It's a very good lesson. When you make a mistake, it doesn't mean anything. You just learn from it and move forward. So, today was very exciting. The market was good today. So, the focus for me today was JPY. We could see. I'm still looking to buy USD JPY because I explained yesterday that the best time to buy USD JPY would be when it takes out this high here. So you can have a buy stop here and buy it here because I'm looking at a weak Dixie. And if you understand the way the US and the Japanese economy works, it will help you in understanding how to trade USD JPY because mostly when the dollar is strong, the yen is also strong. And when the dollar is weak, the yen is also weak. So it becomes a battle between the two, and which one is dominating at that particular time is going to make them move. So even though all JPYs were moving up, at the time where all the JPYs were moving up, the the dollar was still weaker, which made yen drop, and later it pushed to the upside. So it was like an up and down movement. That's why I was like, be cautious with USD JPY. So I took some trades here. I did get some trades here. I got in here. It was a very good trade. I think I got out around here. But this is actually what I'm looking for USD JPY. If we don't get a break, I have no trade. If we get a break, that is it for me. But it looks like there's another thing that could happen right here. This could be a very good entry where price pulls back down again, right? We have price coming back down into this area, and then you can buy here. But still, this is the best area to be looking to buy USD JPY. So let me put some price stamps here, and this would help you in the price stamp. Where is this? Yep, so this is around, let me make it a little bit bigger, say 18. All right, so this is around 158.127, and you're also looking at the area around 156,579. So this could, if price pulls back, this is where you could be looking to buy. But if you are not, you don't want to experiment, then you wait for the breakout and buy, right? So it's up to you what you want to be looking at. So USD JPY, that is just about it. SGD JPY is not something you look to trade. I don't, did I talk about SGD JPY? I don't trade SGD JPY, but I use it as a correlative to determine what is wrong with what is happening with the JPY. So I'm always looking at this because I like trading the JPYs. So this is looking to push down into this zone. That's why UJ might push down. So comes down, tests this zone, and push to the upside. So if you miss the JPY, it looks like you could get another opportunity to enter the JPYs again. But if it doesn't come back, then all you have to do is to wait for, you have to wait for USD JPY, right? But it looks like this can dump here. In that case, GJ was excellent, right? If you were on the call yesterday and you took this trade, this is 200 pips, easy like that. But again, you could get an opportunity to get in this again. So I'm looking at some pullbacks here. We already had one pullback here, which was a very excellent pullback, because when price came here, if you measure the fib here, this is a 50% retracement. So if you miss this push, you had a 50% retracement for price to get back again. So basically now what we have is we have price testing this area here. We are still bullish, but this is a barrier for price to break. And since we are going into the Asian session, we could get this kind of a double bottom. And those of you who are not already buying, you could use this opportunity to buy and take profit here. So if you buy again, that is your take profit. So you are looking at this is becoming dirty. If you get the opportunity to buy again around here, I'll put the timestamp, the price stamp there. That's around 196,127, and that will be your target. You'll be going for the next high. So from that level, that is from here to here, that's 250 pips. So that is more than what we got yesterday. But if you are still holding your position from yesterday for the pullback and everything, in total you have 340 pips. So it's up to you how you want to play this. Euro JPY was excellent. This was our entry from yesterday. It's already 140 pips, right? There is a probability we can come back down just like GJ. So this is possible. So if you are in your trade now, you can take profit and hope that it comes down. But if you take profit and it doesn't come, then you miss your trade. But if you don't take profit and it comes, it's just a restart for you. So you would have to decide what you want to do, right? But it looks like we could get this again, but that is not certain. You have to decide whether you want this pullback. It's a potential pullback for those that are not in the trade. If you're already in the trade, you would have to make that decision if you want to take profit and wait. But even if you take profit, 140 pips is not that bad, and that was in a day. So I mean, it's not that terrible. CAD JPY was also good, very exciting push. It came back to the entry. I got in a little bit earlier. Actually, I was selling this from last week and I got in around here and it pushed up. I took profit and I got in here again. But I still see some little pullback, just a little bit into this area here. Some small dip going into the Asian session. So that will be kind of the entry for the second position here. So something like that. And then we look to go. But like I'm still weak on JPY. So let's have a look at the JPY basket. So if you have the JPY basket is pretty neat. It's still neat. So you are looking at least price making it all the way here. And this means more weakness in the JPY. All right. So it's like we've done just half of the push. And that's a very nice rate test here. So the JPY basket is still weak. And this makes a lot of sense. So weak JPY basket means a weak Japanese yen. And like I said yesterday too, another thing you should be looking at is the JP225. You can see the low that we talked about yesterday is holding very nicely. So JP225 is weak, and a weak JP225 means a strong JP225 means a weak Japanese yen, right? A weak Japanese yen. So we expect this momentum to continue to the upside, and that is good for the JPY. So I'm just spotting some interesting rotating rhombus here. It's a breakout and a retest and a push out. Right? But JP225 is tricky. It's a tricky one. It's just like US 30 and Nasdaq for the US is kind of tricky. So if you're expecting the JPYs to potentially make some pullback, we could also get something like this coming back to test this area of resistance before it continues to the upside, right? So you could trade this or just use this as a guide in taking your trades on the various JPYs. So AUD JPY, NZD JPY, they also did very phenomenal. Like I was in NZD JPY, but I was not in USD JPY. So I bought this also from last week. So I was in here somewhere here after the breakout here, and I got out. I'm out here already. If we happen to get some pullback here, I'm not expecting that. But if it is, because I'm not in the trade, I'll be happy. If it does, then I'll buy again. But if it doesn't, I have other positions in other JPY, so that's okay. AUD JPY is also very similar, very decent. But we've actually yet to break out of this high here. So that breakout will be awesome for a more push to the upside. But if it happens to pull back again, this is where you are looking at for the continuation to the upside. So I'm still weak on JPY, which means I'm expecting the JPY pairs to push up. But any push to the downside is good for me because it gives me cheaper price to buy, right? So that is the JPY. Another thing I'll talk about on this call is USD JPY. So 2 days ago, I talked about the Dixie pushing down, and it did that. The market opened and it started pushing down. It has already, you see the trend is shifting. The trend has already shifted, which is very decent. It's very nice. Like with this trend line here, we can already see the momentum of the market is shifting. So if we put our fib here, we see that price just pushed up 38%. It's a 38% retracement and it's a decent retest. If price starts selling from here, that is a decent push, but that is not ideal for me. So I'm looking at something here, like something here. This is like 618 or 786 would be good. So don't be surprised if we get more, like going into the Asian session, we get some Dixie strain. At this point here, this is if that happens, right, and price come here, that is decent. In that case, what that means is pairs like GU, which pushed up today, like I said, this is exactly what I drew yesterday, that you wait for the break of this level and a pullback to buy. That's exactly what happened. If price pushes down, let me see what levels we have on the higher time frame. 6 hour, 7 hour, 8 hours, 9 hours. Okay, so there is something interesting on the now 9 hour time frame, which makes a lot of sense why price might pull back. So if you should be happy when the Dixie start pushing back, so you should be looking at least 50% retracement on this, which is around here, just around the area that I marked. So if the Dixie pushes up, that is good for GBP USD, and that is going to make GBP USD fall. And when that happens, you're good to buy, because that is kind of a rate test. Because if you draw a trend line, I don't know how you want to draw a trend line, but that looks ridiculous. But if you draw something like this, right, connecting this high, a pullback here is kind of a rate test of the area and a rate test of the trend line, which is decent. We see the same. I talked about AUD USD. AUD USD pushed up, came back to this level again, but I'll be a little careful. It makes a lot of sense for this to push up, but I'll be a little careful if the Dixie pushes up a little bit before it drops, like I'm talking about. Then this might dip a little bit down, so you need to be careful if you're already in buys on this one. But what you would have to do, you might probably have to do, is maybe increase your stop a little bit, because the reward is decent. We are looking at price potentially testing this area here, right? So in that case, you can be a little generous with your stop loss to allow the price to breathe. Okay. NZD USD has a similar setup. I shared this. I was talking about structure shifts, right? And what I was referring to is that this is our high, this is our low. Okay, so the whole of this is our high, and this is our low. This is our low. Price took out this low, and now the high has been taken out. So currently, this is the trading range we are in, but we have a new high. The high is now that is in control. So until price takes out this low, we are looking at something like that to continue to the upside. And based on our thesis on USD index, we expect the upside. So what we want to see is some good structure here. So currently the push down is good, because if you draw this is it's a 50%, which is good. Something below 50% is good. So if the strength in the USD comes in, you would want to see something like that dip down like that, and you should be happy, because this is where you want to start buying, which gives you more profit going all the way here. So monitor this closely. If you do, it presents you with a very decent profit. This is NZD USD. It's not much, but this is still 160 pips, right? Which is like super decent. So yeah. And there's an interesting pattern here. We see this is a regular rhombus here, something like this. So we had a breakout here. Price can come to this area and retest. So everything looks good for weak USD. I think it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. So yeah, Dixie looks like a good dump. Dixie looks like a good dump. So if Dixie is dumping, and your correlation game is good, you know you want to be looking to sell pairs like AUD, Euro AUD. It wouldn't make sense to some of you, because like it's a little tricky, but this is bearish. Just from simple market structure, you can see this has been taken out. So this structure very similar to USD card. I would have preferred if we filled everything here, like price came all the way here. But let's see, going into the Asian session, what happens if price comes here. That would be a perfect selling opportunity for Euro AUD. But I don't want to even go there. Like, let's stick to the USD pairs. Like, so we have something similar here on USD CHF. So this is how I'll play USD CHF. We have a decent push to the downside, and Currently, this is less than 50% retracement. This is even less than a 382%. Kind of like it's a 382%, but 786 will make a lot of sense. So this is what I am anticipating. So if price pushes into this area here, this is where you want to start selling USD CHF. So something like that. Boom, at this point here, you wait for your confirmation and then you start selling from here. And that is also something similar on USD card. But with USD card, see, the market has already started selling from here. So that makes it a little tricky. So if you don't get a push to the upside, then you have to wait for the breakout, something like that. But the good thing is this is bearish. If you're already selling, good for you. Just keep your stop above here and take as much as you can on this. So I think this is a good overview. Gold, I'm looking at a bullish gold. If you want to wait for this breakout here, or you can just draw your trend line here. If we get a breakout, that is good. We are looking at least 500 pips on gold when we get a breakout. So that's 450. So TP1, 450 pips at least, because this structure is bullish. Right? This is a bullish structure. We might come down a little bit because USD could be strong and price might resume to the upside. So we treat what we have. But a good level to be looking to buy is after the breakout of this here. If you go to a lower time frame like the 30 minutes, it will make a lot of sense. Just draw a trend line like that. A breakout is game for you to look to buy gold. All right, so that should be it. That should be it. And I hope you catch something here and monitor and find some good trades tomorrow. So I hope you had a good day trading the JPYs. Hopefully we get a decent day tomorrow. So monitor the Asian session and see if we get a retracement. And if we get a retracement, get in on these trades and catch some pips. So I hope you have a good night, depending on where you are. And I will see you. I'll see you. The video would be saved on Twitter. You can rewatch it. Right. So that is it. I'm going to hang around for 4 minutes, play music. And if you have any question, I'll answer that before I leave.
Yes, me did not continue the Munina Kaya, and Kayanjimi Supo Yati, Sametiaye, and Sophie P. by Sunyaminti and Swanje, Katatafu Sosikwana for Florina. Anybody say media, not the man is semester, Macasilo, Yefri Mabushi, I'm sorry for Fromutre, and Milano name, my and I Shaman Comache, 7 years, Name Mame Brian Saonyame, 7 years, Pepe Penako was not a rapid, 17 years, Namateme won't trap it, 27 Comisa, and Danny Cassia. Street in front of Jesus. Came to set the street is a panning what you speak as coffee. Fast some the Martin Gianni, you know, yeah, for servitors. I find you may especially I want to tell I must say. May I so may I tell you nothing but the truth. And Jessica won't go to judge you, be a fool. Crash no soul, two mine, winning damage. Snitches magic, Papa, dear, who's here, my young even though I walk through the valley of Human, it will be. Neoma cafe, I would actually be Mohammed. Arapita Malo, my baby, can you be? Who yam a rubber moon now in the next legacy. Now it's white bench, who will let you half court. It has rain, ya tafu say, I'm talk. Kaya say accident, who was a good amount for. Be through pains, but could not let mammy down so. Call as planet, Chimio. Sabrabu, you mean the last gravity menu. Kwakume many ruby dollar. Semina one million two many so big semi corner. Say I call as planet Shibu. Sabrabo you make the last gravity menu. Kwakume many ruby dollar. Semina 1 million two Baba Mabua. Jesus, I knew you can't want tears here in the other talk. I will have one now for what you try. I would different. You do see my way to be more. Ah, no, but any attitude in a joy down the call. I can't afford in a man, this work a baby boy, who do me a my yako. Ah, when the go we get tough, I have to see a drag out the shore. The comedy and the show, I go baby, I be the actually we are come and call. Mamma can't wonder that saying a man, there's a hook. If you make give you a close, you have a boat when that's once I am knuckle. Young boy, don't you give up so soon. Young boy, can't see you. Young boy, ain't chest, shiny the two. Young boy, chest said, they you do. Young boy, and conquer Prunty. Young boy, with ya still weird. Young boy, more be a fan for little whoop, prepare, see, in my bench. Piano play one nephew. If you know I have pay one TV. Sika Bay and Quarry Toby. Theatin Crumpy, I am chatting. Oh Lord of fucking Billy at the cash. Oh Lord, Mammy, she on them ratty. Still not time for the one chassis. They come and still our Jimmy. That's one one year born and Jimmy. I get to the young boy and started. Young boy to a P and started. And for my phone, you know, Jimmy. You can't know till I'm in my penny. Still now, I'm in the dummy of a lie. I know one day we will win life. You're free and night. Young boy, don't you give up so soon. Young boy, Kaisen will say about you. Young boy, you can't compare with tea. Young boy, with you are still weird. Young boy, more young for you. Who people see that identity.
All right, so before I go, US 30 up, Nasdaq up, but it is tricky because we already have this push here. So keep an eye. If you want to buy Nasdaq, you want to look for a pullback like that, and then you buy from here, because this is not like, if you look at the impulse move, this is the impulse move. Current price is around 886. Very terrible entry, right? So that is not decent. If you bought here already, that's fine. If it pulls back, you buy. If it doesn't, you wait for US 30 and buy. XPX also looks bullish, but the entry is a little tricky. So in general, I'm bullish on the indices. I'm bullish on the indices. Today, Bitcoin made a very big rally to the upside. Big rally to the upside. And I expect this to push up, especially when we are looking at, let me see, H1, okay. Yeah. I expect this to continue pushing up. I expect this to continue pushing up. Oh, hold on. 6 hours. Yeah, so maybe a slight pullback back into 99K, and then we continue pushing up. We are looking to test the high again or make another all-time high. So that makes a lot of sense for BTC. It also have the same kind of vibe, but with it, you want to see the retests of this region before a continuation to the upside. And if you don't have good, a very large capital, don't day trade BTC. You just buy and hold and let the market do its thing. But if you have very good volume, if you are very liquid, then this is day trading crypto is good for you because it's liquid and it's volatile and you can make some good money for yourself. All right, peace out.